Apologies, Princess Laeticia. I truly hope Ray did not cause you too much trouble or anxiety during my absence.
Oh, no, not at all. On the contrary, he came to our aid often and most reliably.
I see. That's good to hear if that's the case.
He truly was an enormous help.
Nevertheless, should he ever provoke trouble, please don't hesitate to inform me. I will ensure that he is promptly and properly chastised.
Oh, Elena, it does appear that... you two could well be like sweethearts.
Sweethearts, you say? That is a first. No one has ever said that before.
Well, you two have spent much of your time together. I believe such a presumption is hardly without cause.
But it is not the truth. It may also negatively affect Ray by becoming a source of annoyance. Might it be best if I put some distance between us?
I think not. Ray would be shocked if you did so quite suddenly. You need not change a thing.
Do you think so?
Yes, I do. Please remain as you are.
Remain as I am? Remain as I am.
Elena, have I ever given you cause to be displeased with me?
There is nothing in particular I can think of. Tell me, why do you ask?
Actually, I happen to hear stories of how you can be quite frightening when you fall into anger.
I assume this comes from Ray, then?
That we have embroiled Ray in our affairs is a truth. I was worried that mayhaps we are causing you hardship as a result, Elena.
All choices have been up to Ray. I have no opinion on the matter either way. And to clarify, it is a misconception that I become frightening when angry.
Is that so?
Firstly, I can easily count the number of times I have actually felt angry.
I see. And what might have stoked your anger on those occasions?
On one particular occasion, I became angry when Ray disregarded his own safety and exposed himself to danger. His actions are often reckless and dangerous, so I use anger as a method to control his inclinations.
Ah, Helena, you are a kind one.
Do you think so?
Of course you are kind. You are expressing anger out of your concern for Ray.
Unfortunately, time after time, those concerns never seem to register with Ray.
No, I am sure he feels your thoughts for him.
Yes, Laeticia? Perhaps there is something you need from me?
Oh, pardon me. I fear I lost myself in admiration.
Lost in admiration?
Yes. That is to say, your profile as you are standing is as beautiful as any work of art that one could imagine. Did I disturb you?
No, you did not. However, I think work of art is going much too far.
I must disagree. Elena, you are certainly beautiful, especially... You have such a lovely air about you.
A lovely air?
Yes. I could hardly explain it well, but there are many points I would love to imitate from the way you move around.
I have never been complimented before for something other than my appearance.
Is that so?
Yes. I am an android. My appearance was designed by my creators to avoid inciting feelings of discomfort. However, what you refer to as my air is not a feature included in any of my design blueprints. I can only deduce that it must have been created over time through my daily routines and behavior. This is something wholly unexpected, but I am happy to hear it. Thank you, Laeticia.
No, the gratitude is all mine. Or was that the wrong pleasantry? Tell me, what kind of child was Ray?
To be honest with you, I feel as though he has not changed very much over these years.
Is that right?
He was always looking out for others and would never neglect someone in need. A caring child.
That does indeed sound the same then. I am sure he was an upstanding little boy.
Upstanding is likely debatable, but there was no shortage of noteworthy episodes. For example...
Oh, do tell, do tell!
Well, it was when Ray was playing hide-and-seek with a girl his age from the neighborhood.
Hey, what are you talking about, Elena?
I was in the middle of telling one of your childhood stories to Laeticia.
I know, 'cause I overheard it a little. Now, cut it out. My childhood stories aren't interesting, like, at all.
Please indulge me, Ray. I would love to hear your old stories.
See? Laeticia has expressed interest.
Absolutely not. It's not cool to expose the dirt from someone's past just for fun. Don't ask her things so casually. She may not seem it, but Elena's bad with boundaries.
Very well. If it troubles you so much, I shall not ask her anything at all then. Does that please you?
Hey, why am I the bad guy all of a sudden?
After Ray has had some alcohol, he will bring that story up himself. So, to be continued. Soon.
Okay. I am looking forward to it.
Sorry to bother, Laeticia. Can we ask a small favor?
Yes, of course.
We'd like you to check on the progress of Chloe's linguistic studies.
Happy to. Chloe, you have been studying for quite some time now, have you not?
Yeah, but the problem is I still can't really say that much.
Chloe, have some confidence. I will now disable the universal translator.
My name is Chloe Canneris. I like astrology. I don't like confined spaces. How was that? Did it make any sense to you?
Superb! That was absolutely perfect, Chloe.
Really? Thank you. I am so happy. I can talk using my own words.
Your pronunciation is perfect, and your listening skills appear fine, too. Oh, it is apparent you have thoroughly applied yourself.
Very nicely done, Chloe.
Thank you so much, Elena. Relying on the universal translator is much easier, but the culture and history of Astor is coursing through its language. There is no other way to appreciate it than to learn it properly.
Chloe, you truly are amazing.
Oh, no. Really, I owe it all to the help you and everyone else has given me, Laeticia.
Well then, how do you feel about learning slightly more difficult words?
Huh?
I will provide you with some challenging textbooks on the ancient tongue. I am quite sure it will be all too easy for you, Chloe.
Passion for learning is a good thing. Chloe, perhaps you would wish to learn a little bit more.
I think I'm okay with just sticking to everyday speech for now. I'll get to the archaic terms someday. Those old words might send my brain back to the Stone Age.
So, Ray, this is the town where you were raised.
You could say that. But since I was little, I've spent most of my time in my dad's ship flying all over the galaxy. So it's not like I was really living here. But I guess if I had to call somewhere home, this would be it.
That is certainly right.
I bet it was the same at Parapeum, but compared to Aucerius, aren't you shocked at how different the town's appearance is?
It is quite overwhelming to see so many unfamiliar things. Although, I must say it is a rather lovely town.
Yeah? To me, all the cities on Vergald look the same, no matter where I go. Can't say I ever thought this town was lovely.
Both Ascendros and Vergnus are full of activity and energy. You can sense the beautiful workings of life being lived within them. Together, they have given me some invaluable insight.
Whether someone lives on my world or your world among the stars, Ray, as different as our worlds may be, the people of each behave much the same. Insightful thoughts, Elena, indeed.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. There's a lot of small, obvious differences, but things usually pretty much settle into the same pattern, more or less.
Oh, right. There are many other people here among the stars I have yet to learn of. Is it most likely that a day will come where we must work together with them?
I really can't say, but there's no need to think so hard about it.
Pardon?
Keep it simple, just like we're doing. Build the kind of friendship where you get to show off your hometowns. That's more than enough.
Yes, that type of friendship sure does sound nice.
But don't let Marielle know I said that.
And to ensure we get to that type of future, we must endure and overcome the obstacles we are facing right now.
Ain't that the truth? So, in order to save our hometowns, we really gotta rip it up.
Yes, with all we have.
So what should I do?
It is a rare sight to see you struggling with some decision, Elena. I am willing to lend an ear if that helps.
Oh, thank you. I was considering the Aldous' interior design and decoration. With Ray and Antonio being as they are, and indifferent to their surroundings, the Aldous looks too cold and bare.
Very true. There is not much in the way of decoration, to be sure.
Such a drab environment will surely affect the crew's morale as well. I wanted to add a touch of decoration to try to change the mood. But due to my lack of experience in such things, I couldn't decide what to buy.
I see. Well, in that case... How about decorating with flowers?
Yes, flowers do belong on the top of the list. They look bright and colorful, and Ray and Antonio will offer no opinion at all.
Yes, I believe that is true.
It is a good thing I asked you, Laeticia. Now I must find something suitable.
If such is the case, mayhap we could search together. I happen to have quite the knowledge on flowers.
Ah, thank you. Such a proposition is something I could never imagine coming from Ray or Antonio. Laeticia, there is, in fact, something I must apologize for.
Oh, what do you mean, Elena?
After we succeeded in rescuing Chloe from Baldar, I once proposed to Ray that we should depart Aster 4. I told him we should not further involve ourselves in this planet's conflicts.
You mean... no. Your thinking was reasonable. Those problems were solely ours in the first place.
I am very sorry.
No, please. It was a natural suggestion, considering where you stood at that time.
You should know, Ray promptly dismissed my advice. He said, there was no way we would conclude our contract and turn our backs on you.
Huh. I see. Is that so? In any case, we clearly took advantage of his sense of obligation. So there is no need for you to apologize. Besides all of that, you are here with us now.
Yes, and I have no intention of leaving now. Ray and I have chosen to deeply involve and commit ourselves to these matters. Also,
we are friends, right?
Yes, I hold that in my heart.
You are here fighting alongside with us now. That fills me with nothing but gratitude, Elena.
Instead of rancor, I receive gratitude. Then, thank you. Most sincerely, Laeticia. And I'm even happier we'll keep working together into the future.
Likewise, Elena.
Laeticia!
Yes, what is it?
I have been undertaking some special training in secret. May I ask you to take a look at the results?
What could it be? I will help if I can.
Thank you very much. Please watch then, as I try my impression.
An impression?
I have striven to learn much about humans through observation and analysis. I would like to impersonate someone now, so that you can measure my progress. May I ask you to try and guess as to who I am impersonating?
That is what you wanted? Oh, very well.
Then, I will start. Now, Princess Laeticia, aren't you working too hard? A sense of responsibility is important, but ensure that you do take better care of yourself.
That would have to be Lady Malkia.
That is correct. You did well to guess that.
No, your impression was quite skillful.
I must closely observe the prominent figures of other nations, current and past, to prepare for when I succeed my father.
Oh, wait, that is me.
Perhaps I shall consult with Albert and Cousin Theo.
I never speak as such.
Laeticia, this way.
Elena!
Please stay calm and follow me. If we are swallowed up, we may be torn to pieces.
Yes, of course. Why are we here?
Between my databanks and your innermost memories, this location seems to have been rendered as where we share the deepest impressions of one another. However, I seem to lack the capability to determine why this place was chosen. Perhaps there is some intimate memory shared between us, somehow tied to this location.
No, I would assume you would not know. For when we were here, you had been shut down, I believe was the word.
Oh.
This occurred during the coup in the royal city. When I was awaiting execution, your body was in front of me, lying still. I truly believed in my heart that you had been killed. But Lola then informed me that you were not human.
Oh.
I could not begin to comprehend the meaning in her words. For Elena, you are alive. Together alongside us, you fought, you laughed, you got angry. We were companions, were we not?
The fact is, in terms of being human,
I learned afterwards that you are a being called an android. But as far as I am concerned, rather than what type of being you may be, you are my traveling companion, someone who saved my kingdom, and my dear friend. Whether human or android, it matters little.
Laeticia.
Perhaps that is why I was able to accept the nature of JJ and the Scorpium quicker than others. I have always regarded you as human from the very start. Mayhaps it sounds conceited.
Oh, Laeticia, there is something I now seem to remember. It occurred while I was shut down.
Oh?
During the coup, as an android serving Lawrence Logistics, I was meant to ensure Chloe's safety only, and then rendezvous with Ray, leaving you and the others behind. That is my standard method of operation. However, I kept a program running in my CPU, mandating that I protect all of you. The last recorded data in my memory banks, stored right before calculating the time of my own deactivation, was regret that I failed in my programming to protect you. Although it defies reason, and I shouldn't have been able to acquire new data while in a state of shutdown. Despite my power source being knocked out and unable to lift a finger, I continued to process my regret of failing to protect you. That is what I have just now recalled. This is perhaps...
Perhaps It was your soul which had been holding on to that memory.
Soul.
If a cybernetic life form has a soul, you may well have one, Elena, as being someone born from a machine. Both JJ and Duma have what we humans would consider a soul by exhibiting a conscience.
I cannot understand, but part of me does seem to wish for it to be true.
And I feel the same, Elena. Let us go and verify this possibility.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Laeticia.
We are friends, after all. Elena, it is not oft I am visited by you alone.
Apologies for showing up unannounced, but I was in a bit of a hurry.
Worry not. My whole kingdom welcomes you with open arms. I must confess it is somewhat strange to imagine you rushed, however.
I will admit, I find my own actions somewhat illogical.
Well then, if I may be of help, what is it that I might do for you?
Well, actually... you might say I already have what I came for. However, now I wonder, perhaps you could provide me with some insight.
Well, what on Aster is going on? Is it the Federation? Surely not the Centralist remnants.
Do you know where I might find Ray?
Huh?
He goes off alone quite often these days. His actions suggest he is visiting with some woman, so I thought perhaps...
Right,
No, it is perfectly acceptable if he was seeing a woman, but I think that he should not do so in secrecy, behind my back, without informing me. It is upsetting.
Well, now then, Elena.
Yes?
It would seem to me you experience what we term jealousy.
No. No, Laeticia. This is not like that.
You are quite endearing as so.
Laeticia, please!
Now, he did ask that, should you come calling. I never tell you this, you know.
He what?
He occasionally heads off for a dolly all by his lonesome. He goes simply to gaze out over the mountains.
Well...
I've heard from Theo and Maester Midas that men are of occasion wont to be alone and seek solace in silence and seclusion.
Difficult to comprehend.
Yes, truly.